Hey everyone, in this episode, we're going to discuss what is private virtual cloud endpoints or VPC endpoints and what are its use cases. So, VPC endpoints are crucial components in your cloud networks, specifically within services like AWS that allow private connection between your VPC and other services, either within AWS or externally, without needing to route traffic over the public internet. There are two primary types of VPC endpoints: interface endpoints or private link. The definition is an interface endpoint is a virtual network interface that provides a private connection between your VPC and a service within within AWS ecosystem or an AWS marketplace service. For use cases, access AWS services such as S3, DynamoDB, or CloudWatch privately without using a public IP address. Access third party services in the AWS marketplace securely over private networks. The number two type of VPC endpoint is a gateway endpoints. The definition: a gateway endpoint is a target for a route in your VPC route table that enables private communication between your VPC and supported AWS services like Amazon S3 or DynamoDB. For use cases, used specifically for connecting to AWS services like S3 or DynamoDB. It allows secure and direct access to these services without traversing, the public internet. How it works: instead of accessing services via public IP addresses, the route table in your VPC is configured to route traffic through the gateway endpoint, ensuring that traffic remains within the AWS network. Advantages of using VPC endpoints: for security. Since traffic does not traverse the public internet, it is more secure. This minimizes the exposure to external threats and ensures that data transfers occur within a private network. Performance: by using private connections, you reduce network latency and improve performance as compared to relying on public IPs. Cost efficiency: reducing reliance on the public internet or NAT network address translation gateways can reduce data transfer cost. Example of VPC endpoint use cases: access S3 without public IP. If you need to access an S3 bucket from within a VPC but want to avoid public internet routing, you can create a VPC endpoint for S3. This way, S3 traffic is routed directly through a private endpoint. Private link for third party services. If you're using a third party service hosted within AWS that supports private link, you can access that service via a VPC endpoint instead of through public IPs. Summary: VPC endpoints provide private, secure, and efficient access to AWS services or over services within a VPC, avoiding the public internet and helping enhance security, performance, and cost efficiency. They can be interface endpoints for direct service connections or gateway endpoints, specifically for services like S3 or DynamoDB. All right, that's it. Thanks. Bye bye.